"2019 is just around the corner, and during this time we generally like to look back on the year we had and set new goals for the year to come. Maybe it's to lose weight, get a solid minute handstand, or get that backflip you've been working on. A time for reflecting on our past mistakes and successes is an important part of growth, and I personally feel that it is an important part of every new year. This is the time we get to be 100% honest with ourselves and ask ourselves the important questions. What was my biggest downfall this year? What are the habits that are holding me back from the personal growth that I want to see? What can I do to change these? What am I most proud of this year? What made the most positive impact on me? How can I repeat it?" After answering these important questions, you can then look forward to setting new goals for the new year. But before you start, I want to share with you 5 pieces of advice to help set these goals and make sure that your resolutions stick. The first step is to make realistic goals. It's quite easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new year, which leads to biting off more than we can chew for the goals we set. This can be with setting your new training program, making drastic changes in your diet, or something completely different. Making your initial goals too lofty or expecting to make an entire 180 of your life as soon as the calendar year rolls over is setting yourself up for failure. I've heard that we often overestimate what we can accomplish within 1 year, but underestimate what we can accomplish in 10. An example of setting goals too lofty is to say, "I'm going to get a 1-arm handstand by the end of the year," when you don't currently have a solid 2-arm handstand. What you're looking for within this year is simply improvement, not perfection. If you expect perfection, you simply cannot meet it. This leads to discouragement and defeat. Just have a direction that you plan on going and start there. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have a multi-step plan. We often can look at our goals as just a point A to point B, but realistically, it's more like a point A to point Z, with many steps along the way. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. A cliche statement, but one with a lot of truth to it. All change happens gradually. Look at what your goals are and make a multi-step plan to get there. Let's say your goal is to lose weight and to get in better shape. First, clarify what that means to you. Then start in January, try to add 1 or 2 positive steps in that direction and cut 1 or 2 things that aren't helping you reach that goal. Maybe start with going to the gym 3 times a week, cutting out refined sugar from your diet. This is where you can start building good habits without setting the bar too high to begin. Next month, you can add on to this if you found it achievable. Maybe increase your gym sessions to 4 times a week and start increasing the amount of vegetables you have. This is how change can stick for good. Thirdly, I encourage you to do at least a monthly reevaluation. New beginnings aren't just for the new year, but can happen within every new moment. On the first of every month, set it in your calendar to reevaluate your goals. This can be the time that you ask yourself, what did I do that worked? What do I need to change? And how can I progress with my current action plan? Use this time to address any oversights and change your action plan. An example of this is to start a new training cycle to avoid plateaus, or simply progressing your current one. My next piece of advice is to remember to expect some failure. Failure is an important part of any journey. The things worth achieving are worth failing at, and you almost will certainly slip up from the path you set. No one is perfect, and we all need to recognize that. Failure is an important teacher. If and when you fail, don't beat yourself up about it. Recognize it, accept responsibility for it, and plan to prevent it from happening again. Get back up on that horse, tackle it again, but possibly in a new direction, recognizing why you failed the first time. Lastly, and often most importantly, is to remember to still have fun. It's easy to get caught up in trying to be the most efficient person ever and do all the right things. But if you leave no room for fun or pleasure, it's unlikely to stick. Plan deload weeks into your training programs. Replace workouts with fun physical activities like going rock climbing or to a trampoline park. These can still help you get to where you want to go, but also keep your inner child happy. If you aren't enjoying what you're doing, is it really worth it? What is truly the point of any of it if you don't have any fun? I look forward to seeing all the things that we can accomplish in the new year. Tell me below, what are some of your New Year's resolutions or goals? And I hope this helps in some way. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you in the new year.